Ew, it's your girl Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of spice. We in here. Shout out to my outfit. Shout out to Marv. Styled me. He was like, I always wanted a style woman. Just styled one today. And I'm here for it. It's giving. No, for real, it was dope. It's giving. I don't know. When I first did this, I was like, and he's like, this is where your hair. And I was like, I got a coat on because I didn't want to wear my other coat. But I don't know. It's giving like, I don't know if anybody's seen Forrest Gump, but it's giving like Lieutenant Dan vibes. So I'm here for it. It's cool. I'm like looking at myself in the screen. I'm like feeling myself right now. But yeah, guys, welcome to the show. Welcome. We started out a little bit late because of life, and it just happened. So if anybody's here with me right now, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for waiting. And if you're gonna catch the show later, then you could just disregard everything I said. So yeah, what's crazy is, so we're in like prime time right now. So when I think of like prime time, like we're like, it's prime time for many things. It's prime time into the Christmas season. Like Christmas is literally not this Monday. It's next Monday. And that's like wild because it's like everybody knows like right after Christmas you have New Year's and that's it. We're in 2024. So I always feel like this period of time is always like a wild ride, you know? And yeah, it's just like a lot. I see more people outside. I see more traffic. It's just a lot going on right now. So I feel like everybody who's like going through it, you know, just give yourself time to breathe, you know, like chill, spend that time to yourself. Yeah. Be nice to your retail people. I'm just saying, like, especially if you're gift shopping, I just feel like every store in the world, like for real, they prepare for this month, like a whole year, you know? And I feel like a lot during this time we're seeing, you know, a lot of people see different customers, all that. So I always say, like, be nice to your retail people, like for real, because some of them might not be getting paid commission. Some of them do get paid commission, but you might have been the 30th person they see. So like, I always tell people, like, it pays $0 like dollars to be kind. Like, you know, especially if the person is there to give you service, you want to make sure you're always kind. Like, if that Starbucks person, you know, gives you your coffee, being kind is even like nonverbal cues, like a smile. Like, when I'm telling y'all, like, a smile goes a long way. A smile really, truly goes a long way. So just remember to be kinder to people around this time. Remember to be kinder to yourself. So, yeah, I always think about this time. No, for real. I think about this time. Everybody just goes crazy in the gift shopping. And it's interesting. Like, I don't know. Call me a weirdo, but I'm the type of person that I like to people watch. Like, dead ass. I love to people watch. And the most interesting thing is people watching during the holiday season. So let me tell you the type of people that you will see during the holiday season. So during the holiday season, you always get your professional Christmas shopper. So a professional Christmas shopper always is somebody who got a list, either on their phone or with paper, because they come prepared. They're like, listen, I'm coming here and I'm leaving here with everything. So they come with a list and they just look good. Like, they got a coffee, you know, they got a water in their bag. Like, they just come in ready. And a lot of times the person who is the professional shopper is always the one that gives good service, because I feel like they get it, you know? So you always got one of those people. Shout out to y'all. And then you have always, and you can like literally like choose it out. You always have your last minute shopper. And you could tell who is your last minute shopper based off kind of like their aura, you know? Like people who are last minute shoppers, they always have like a tired face. They look stressed out. And again, it's last minute shopping. You're in a place, you don't know what to get. At this point, if you wait till the last minute, you're kind of left like, I don't want to necessarily say scraps, but you're kind of left with the items, you know, or products, whatever it may be, that the people didn't want. So I feel like you kind of have to be like super creative on what the tools and resources you have. So yeah, like you always got the stressed out shopper, and the stressed out shopper always got some random ass bags with them because they always went to the stores that like they had to get creative with, right? They always got like a coffee stain in their shirt because they were like rushing because they don't got their life together. And yeah, and they just look stressed. Like the hair be looking wild, you know? So you got your professional shopper, your stressed out shopper. Then you have the shoppers, right, that need support. There's always that person that can't go to a store or mall by themselves. They need that second opinion. And that person is interesting because when you have their like support people, the support people don't be buying shit that day. But like the person, you know, they always got to ask them for their opinion. And you know, I guess like they work together. Like you can't make your own decisions. I'm here to make sure you don't make that wrong decision. So yeah, you got your support shoppers. And then let me think, like what else? Oh my God. And it's interesting, like, and then you have the shoppers that truly just don't know what they're doing. Like truly doesn't know what they're doing. I feel like those people always end up with like, you know how you know you got the people that don't know what they're doing? People who don't come already with bags. And I feel like that's a big thing now because like not every store is giving out bags. So like I feel like you got to come fully equipped. And they're always the ones with a receipt or leaving a store with the receipt, dropping them. Like that's number one, something where you don't know what you're doing because that's the gift receipt that you were going to give to the person instead in case they didn't like your gift and now they can't return the gift. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. The shopper that doesn't know what they're doing. They're just out here picking anything. They're just like, yeah, this is the time to do this. So Bruh. I don't know. Like if I be in a mall or whatever, it's interesting to people shop, you know? You always got your people too, like your couples who fight. You always got the couples that fight, and then you always got the couples that are mad cool. The couples that fight is wild because it's usually because the guy doesn't want to be there. He does not want to be there, or he's like legit the designated like bag holder. He just becomes like the bag holder, the person that gets the snacks, the coffees, and then the mom is always like the stressed out one, and is, you know, is a wild dynamic. And then the couples that thrive, that's like dope. It's like, you know, they like again the couples with the professional shoppers. I feel like they teach their partner how to be a professional shopper. So yeah. It's a very interesting time around this time because like everybody's usually shopping and it's a number one agenda. Like you could be shopping for yourselves, but a lot of the times anybody that you find in a store, in a mall right now are not shopping for themselves. They're literally shopping for someone else. So yeah, it's an interesting time. And this is the only time when it happens. So if you ever like find yourself like in a mall, like just chill there and like just watch. It's wild. It's like a wild time. But all right, that's the holiday season right now. And I guess like getting into the holiday season, I guess like we could talk about like gifts. I know I talked about a little bit of gifts on my old podcast. Not old podcast, but shout out to Chris Aballo's podcast. We had a podcast here and I don't know if I said it on my show or if I said it on his show. No, I did say it on my show. But we did talk about it briefly. It's like, what would you consider like a bad gift? I feel like I would still receive any type of gift that someone gives me, but like you could always not judge, but you could kind of know like what's a re-gift, a bad gift. And like to me, it's like, if it's not going to be thoughtful, I look at it like I'd rather just not get anything at all. You know what I mean? Just give me a card or anything like that. And when I say thoughtful, like it's just like for real. Because at that point, then why get me a gift? You know, you want a gift to have like a meaning or something that's going to be beneficial to that human being. And to me, like if you're just buying a gift for shit and giggles, like that's not even like cool. That's almost like offensive, you know? No, for real, for real. Like, don't waste your time. At that point, then just don't give a gift. Or like, you know what? Any type of gift that's a dope gift. I don't know why people are against gift cards. I don't know. You tell me. Are y'all against gift cards? Do you think giving a gift card for the holiday or any type of thing, because some people don't celebrate holidays, do we think giving a gift card is tacky? I don't think it's tacky. I think it's tacky if you give me a gift card for $10. Because I'm like, what am I going to do with that? That's the thing. If you're going to give a gift card, let's talk about value, okay? Because I look at it like this. $20 is the new dollar. All right? So if you're giving me $10, I'm already at a deficit. You're not helping me. I'm like, what am I going to do with this? $10 can't even get you a value meal McDonald's. Like, yo, that ass though. It's just like, I don't know. So I always look at it like this. Gift cards, amazing. I'm the type of person, you give me a gift card, I'm here for it. Starbucks, Visa, especially like those universal ones where you don't have to like shop at the store. That's fire. I love those. Just make sure it's a gift card that I would like use. Like, don't give me a gift card to like Pro Bass Shops. Like, what's that fish store? Barb, what's that fish store? Pro Bass Shop. Like, if I got a gift card for that for $200, I'll be mad as hell. I'll be like, damn.
I really don't like that guy.
Buy mad camouflage. I'll buy a canoe.
What?
They probably sell canoes there. I'll buy a canoe. But yeah, for real, like, if you're gonna give a gift card, give a gift card of value, you know? Like, to me, it's like, if you give a gift card for like $10, that's kind of, just put the 20. Like, make it at least 20, because it's like, it's impossible to get something for $10. Like, $10 is not even a beneficial like gas price. Like, it's like, you know, like, we got to work with the times, you know? So my preference, I think gift cards are cool. Just make sure that the gift card has, again, value. It has presence. And also make sure that you're getting the gift cards to the right places. Like, I don't know. Like, you don't want to give some guy a gift card to Victoria's Secret. Like, that's the panty store. Like, what are they going to do with that? Yo, you know what's crazy? What I just thought about right now? Victoria's Secret doesn't have like a men's section. I know it's like an all-woman store, you know, and I get that. But I feel like low-key, I see that happening in the future. Like, they're going to start creating, like, men's clothing, especially, like, with what's happening in the world. Like, right, Marv? Like, do you see something like that kind of happening? Like, a little men's section there? I don't know. For real, I see that happening. Like, they're going to add, like, little bits and pieces. They already got, like, men's cologne. They got like gifts for him in little sections. So I really do see that happening. Or I see someone complaining about that happening. Like, they're going to be like, how can y'all create more inclusive lingerie, you know, especially like nowadays, like, you know, gender preference can mean so many things. So I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, what does that look like for lingerie stores? Because I have yet to find a male lingerie store. There's no male lingerie stores. It's just female lingerie stores. So I see that happening in the future, and I'm here for it. I think, you know, it's cool to have nice pajamas and nice underwear that's not Hanes. Like, it's nice to treat yourself, you know? So, yeah, just a food for thought. I know I kind of went random with that one. But, yeah, so holiday shopping, you know, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. The next day that comes after is New Year's Eve. I feel like that shit is wild. It's such a, like, wild time. I don't know. Like, to me, like, if I worked in corporate and it was, like that, like, Christmas and New Year's Eve, I wouldn't work. I'd be like, wait, so you want me to take off Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then work, and then take off Christmas Eve, like, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day? I'd be like, yo, might as well just take the week off in the office. I don't know. I just wouldn't take the job seriously during that time. And it's like crazy. Like, it's just back to back. And then, like, I feel like New Year's Eve, I don't know. I like the whole holiday season. And New Year's Eve is such a, like, dope time because I feel like, Also, shout out to Forrest Gump because it's one of my favorite quotes. And I feel like it's the scene where Lieutenant Dan and Forrest Gump are in the bar. And it's like when they reunited in New York and they were in a bar together and they were doing the countdown for New Year's Eve. And one of the prostitutes that they were with, I remember she whispers in your ear as the countdown was happening, because like Forrest was looking at the TV, and she was like, yeah, don't you like New Year's Eve? It's like you could just start all over again. Like, and I was like, I remember when I heard that quote, I was like, yo, she is so fucking true. Like, that is so true. And I feel like that's the beauty about New Year's Eve, is that it reminds you that we just went through 4 seasons, a whole bunch of months, a whole bunch of days, a whole bunch of hours and minutes. And it's like, you can start all over, like maybe last year wasn't the year that you wanted to start your business, but maybe this year you can. And it's like, it just gives you that type of vibe, because no one wants to like bring in the same attitude every year. You always want to try to find a way to like elevate yourself, innovate yourself. How can you make yourself into a better human being than what you were last year? And that's where I feel like a lot of those New Year resolutions come in. So I don't know, I like New Year's Eve. And also my birthday is right there. Yes, so Mina Mendoza's birthday is January 2nd. I guess to me that's why it feels like a wild time, because it's literally a trifecta. You got Christmas, New Year's Eve, and then my birthday. I always felt like it was a wild ass time. And like, to me, I always loved my birthday, because I always loved New Year's Eve, because I start over. And what a way to celebrate your birthday. I mean, like the New Year's like timing, then with a birthday. It's like, allow me to reintroduce myself vibes. For real. That's how I be feeling on my birthday. I'm like, I am a new person. Talk to me. Not for real, but still talk to me. But it's like, I don't know, like, I always like enjoyed that vibe. And like, shout out to my Capricorns. Mina Mendoza is a Capricorn. Yeah, I just feel like us Capricorns are like really truly humble. And I feel like a lot of our attitude is like humble, because like our birthday is so, it's either, because remember, like the year of the Capricorn is, I think, like December 21, 22. So right away you're starting off with a bang. You're going right into Christmas Eve, right? And then the ending of a Capricorn is like January 18th. So then you go into the new month with a crazy ass holiday like New Year's Eve, right? So then for me, I feel like Capricorns just learn to be humble, because they're like, our months in that period are already so crazy. So it's like, we can't get crazy. I mean, we can still get crazy, but you can't be as crazy. So we've learned to like accept the dinner parties, accept the little things, it's the few that remain true, that I've always had. Like, I've learned to embrace the birthday dinners for myself. I always feel like I never had like, oh no, actually, let me take that back. Actually, I like when I do these shows by myself, because I could literally talk about whatever the fuck I want. Like, for real. And this is how my mind be. Like, it be really all over the place. So I'm sorry if I'm throwing you in somewhere else, but I promise these stories that I'm about to give you are worth it. So I'm taking back what I said. Like, I haven't had a wild time for my birthday. So I feel like I'm going to bring it in for the first time that I ever threw a party. So shit was a wild time. So the first time I ever threw a party, it was my 21st birthday, right? And shout out to Bart. He's my Polish friend. I remember this is the type of attitude I was having. I was like, I don't really want to do anything crazy. Like, I'm 21. It's a new year. People are going to be hungover. So whatever. My friend worked construction, and he was like, hey, Mina, so we got this house that we're working on, and it's a brand new house, but it's empty. I was like, what? And he was like, so if you want to throw a party, you can. In my head, I was like, word? And like, one thing about Capricorn is that we're so humble that I was already not necessarily trying to think of the worst, but I was just like, oh, throw a party? I'm excited. And then right away I was like, well, what if no one comes? Like, like my mind already went there, So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to just do it. And I remember this was during the time of when Facebook was just starting to get good. So I feel like what made Facebook and MySpace so different is that MySpace was like I don't know, Facebook was more detailed on what you were doing with your day at that moment and seeing if people were doing the same thing, you know? So I literally put on my Facebook that I was having a party. I swear to God. And yo, I'm telling you, the amount of people that showed up to this party. If y'all ever watch, I think it's Marv, is it called Project X? I swear to God on my son's life, no cross fingers counted. This brand new renovated house, I will not say the address because I could get in trouble for this, was like a Project X party. The beautiful thing, since it was my 21st birthday, the amount of alcohol that was in there was wild. You knew a party had mad alcohol because I remember when I was cleaning the next day, there was crates of alcohol still there. Cases of beer still there. I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this shit? And everybody was wild out drunk. There was people doing drugs. There were people smoking weed. There were people drinking. I just didn't care. It was funny though. Like the people who were doing the drugs, you always saw them in the rooms upstairs. And to me, I was still too young to know, but whatever. It was like that type of party, but everything was like cool. And what made the party so successful is no cops came. No one fought. Yo, my party was so popping that I remember there was a line to get inside this house at one point because it was too full. And also, shout out to Eric, yo, you cool ass Mexican, man. Yo, I don't know what you took that night, but yo, Eric DJ'd for me for like 4 hours straight. And that's what made the party so good. It was an empty ass house, mad people, mad alcohol, a DJ with like subwoofers and shit. And I'm like, yo, did this party really happen? And it really did. It was such a good time. Such a good time. So the funny story is, yo, my party was so fire. Yo, tell me how a homeless man snuck in my party. Yo, I'm not even kidding. And like this was the time where like taking pictures, like the quality wasn't there yet, you know, like it was there but it wasn't there, because I'm like, damn, like why didn't I have a picture of this? I swear to you, because remember my boy Eric had a DJ equipment, so he had a mic, like he was all set up with the technology. I remember it was dead ass 3 a.m. and everybody's still dancing and shit. I was like, damn, there mad people. I jumped I got on my friend came up to me because they were like, Mina, listen, we don't want to get you worried, but we think a homeless guy just walked in. And like, they're not doing anything bad, but like, we just want to let you know. So I had to get up on a chair. What do you mean? For real. And I had to get up on a chair to look for this person, because obviously, you know, like we're all like pretty young and, you know, so I'm not looking for a disheveled man. And I find him. Yo, when I find this disheveled man, you know what? I let him party with us. Dead ass. Yo, he was getting his fucking freak on with this little ass white girl. Yo, she had like a fireball in her hand and he was just like on a table, like, you know, and they were just like freak dancing. I was like, you know what? He's being harmless. I don't even care. So I remember I just let it be. A homeless man snuck in my party and I just let him chill. And that was such a good party. I remember I had to kick people out the house. It was like 6 a.m. And I had to get on the mic like, yo, I love y'all, but like, my boy got to stop DJing. And also, I want to go home. But shout out to that party. That was like one of the best, unorganized, but organized, super unhindered, successful party of my life. For real. Like, that was a really good party. And that was my 21st birthday. So I always feel like that was like such a great time. And then when I think of like my other wildest time, I feel like I got to look at the time. Wow. Oh my God. I talk a lot, Marv. He's like, yeah. So let me tell you about this other party. So shout out to Amanda, who is her birthday. My best friend. Shout out to my best friend, Amanda. So, Amanda, Taylor, shout out to Lola. Oatmeal was there. Yo, shout out to Larry. Larry, you were at my birthday party, I remember. And you know, it was so nice because I feel like it was 2020. And I feel like during this time, like, I don't know. It was interesting because like they still had like, excuse me, like regulations and stuff like that. And I remember they were like, what do you want to do? And they all surprised me. I remember we all went to like hibachi and like, yo, we got fucked up. We just drank like mad alcohol. And I don't know whose idea it was, but we just all went to the strip club. And also shout out to Taylor because yeah, she was just like daddy that night because she straight up, I remember, did we go? It was Flamingos. We went to Flamingos. And yo, it was a wild time because I don't know if y'all knew, clubs weren't open during COVID, but you know what was popping? Because I was going to I was like, yo, why was I in the strip club a lot during 2020? Shout out to Blush. Shout out to Flamingos. You know why? Because, yo, it was getting down in the strip club. The strip club was the only place that was playing fire-ass music and was allowing you to dance. No, for real, because obviously Shorty got a grind on you, right? If you were going to a place, remember that in that time, like you weren't allowed to dance. You had to sit down in your chair. You weren't even allowed to stand. It was during that time. Because yeah, during that time, I was like, that was like the thing to do. Like, yo, let's just go to the strip club because we could drink. They're not going to give us a hard time. And it was a vibe. Yeah, it was definitely a vibe. So that's what we did. And I remember because it was COVID, they weren't allowed to have the venue inside because I guess there were like capacity regulations. So they had the whole venue outside. So the whole venue was like on those like luxurious white tents and they had like heating lamps. And we had like a VIP section in these white tents, yo. And that shit, I've never felt like a boss, yo. I remember my friend Taylor, she knew the guy that owned the strip club and she was like, all right, I want you to pick out the girls that you want to chill with us. I was like, for real? Okay. Yo, that was such a wild night, yo. It was such a good time. I feel like all my friends, we were all drinking. I feel like the dancers were so cool. Like we vibe with them. And that's the day that I learned that hoes don't get cold. Hoes don't get cold, bro. Because remember, I hope y'all paying attention. My birthday is January 2nd. That's Brick City. It is cold. Yo, tell me how it was like 2:30. 2:33 in the morning, and like we were like getting in that time to like go to the next spot because they had to close. And this girl just straight up, because remember, if we're in the tent, we're in the heating lamp, we still got some type of warmth in us, right? I remember she had like this pink outfit on and she was just out there smoking a cigarette with no coat on, open toes, and that's it, just smoking a whole ass cigarette, yo. And like I don't know what she was on, but it felt like her body was gravitating heat because I could see the fumes coming out of her. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Hoes don't get cold. Like, it's mad cold. And you out here mad comfortable. Like, I always remember that. I was so drunk. I was just looking at her like, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. But she was cool, though. She was part of our tent as well. But shout out to that birthday. I remember that birthday happened 2020 going to 2021. That was a good time. That was a really good time. Shout out to everyone that made it to my birthday. Now, what am I doing this birthday? I don't know. But I think in my last episode or Chris's episode, I said one thing I never had before was a surprise birthday. Like, I've had organized birthdays, you know, but I've never had like a surprise birthday where, you know, where someone tells me like, yo, come here. You know what I mean? Like the real surprise. Because I feel like some people know they're having a surprise party. Like, I want to be fucking surprised, but make sure I look good. Like, don't be having me coming out the house looking wild crazy. Like, make sure I look good because people are going to take pictures, you know? But I want to be, like, I need it to be a legit surprise party. Like, I almost get scared. Like, I want to, like, yeah, like a surprise party. So, yeah, that's something Mina Mendoza has always wanted. So, I'm cool with that. Yeah. Oh, man. So we talked a bit about the holidays and then also New Year's Eve, my birthday. And I guess like I shared with y'all some stories. I guess like, you know, just because I see that, I don't want to get too much in a tangent. So I guess, I don't know. Let me pick what would be good? this one was a question that I feel like I think about sometimes, because I feel like, how do you know, like, what does it take for someone to be impactful to your life? You know? Because I feel like a person is in your life for a reason, and they either taught you something, you know, it's some type of relationship. And that's why I'm like, how do you choose that person to be impactful to your life? I always felt like the relationships are interesting, you know? Like, why do you continue hanging on? Like, and I feel like if the person does impact your life, to be like a nice human being, we should be able to share how they impacted your life. You know what I mean? Like, share that beautiful quality. Like, compliments don't have to just come in because you look good, because you're pretty, or because you know, like, this is the those random acts of kindness, if that makes sense. Like, tell your friend or whatever person how they impacted your life and why. Those are like those little moments, and bringing it back to what I said in the beginning, like giving that random smile. It speaks volumes, you know, especially with life. So if someone did impact your life, like, tell them why. Like, I just want to know, you know, you that person, yo. And I love the fact that you make me laugh, and this is why you're my friend. Period. You know, and make sure that each compliment that asks is tailored. Like, don't just be like, you're a good friend. Generic, hello. Why? Why am I a good friend? Tell me. Like, why do you want to be my friend? Why are you not sick of me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to hear it. And, like, you know, so I feel like when we talk about impacts, think about how they impacted your life, but don't forget to share how they impacted your life. You know, it works both ways. So think about that, you know. Are you sharing enough with your friends? I feel like we should be sharing a lot with our friends. I feel like we should be saying more I love you to our friends. Like, I love you doesn't have to, always be something so personal, you know? Like, love is like loyalty. Love is, you know, like friendship. It's positivity. Love is a connection. It doesn't necessarily have to be something intimate. So I feel like telling your friends I love you is beautiful, because, you know, us being human beings, like, we're dead as not here forever. And that's sometimes, you know, and I know Mina Mendoza is going deep, but I feel like going into the new year, we should be able to self-reflect on these things. We're not here forever. So we need to make sure with this one life that we're given, how could we make sure that it's the most amazing life that you could ever experience? Like, how can you make the most out of that life? Whether it's with your friends, with your career, with yourself, like, always think more, like, above and beyond. Like, what else can I do? Because again, like, our time is like super limited, and it goes back to like telling I love you to your friends. Like, what if tomorrow you go deaf? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit is wild, crazy about life. So I feel like make sure that you share those feelings with your friends, you know? And like, yeah, just be kinder, be nicer, and just get into those vibes. I keep staring at like the camera, and I keep forgetting that I have this type of outfit on. So it's like really cool. I like dig it. I got like this like cool ass jacket and like this cool ass like little bandana. Yeah. It's crazy. I've never wore like American propaganda. I don't know if that's what this would be called, American propaganda or American fashion. I never had to wear that stuff like that. Even for 4th of July. I need water. I definitely need water. You know, real quick, my friends, we're going to transition out. If you could just give us a couple seconds, we'll be right back, all right? Ew. All right, my friends, we're going to transition out. If you could just give us a couple seconds, we'll be right back, all right? Ew. All right, my friends, we're going to transition out. If you could just give us a couple seconds, we'll be right back, all right? Ew. All right, my friends, we're going to transition out. If you could just give us a couple seconds, we'll be right back, all right? Ew. All right, my friends, we're going to transition out. If you could just give us a couple seconds, we'll be right back, all right? Ew. All right, my friends, we're going to transition out. If you could just give us a couple seconds, we'll be right back, all right? Ew. All right, my friends, we're going to transition out. If you could just give us a couple seconds, we'll be right back, all right? Ew. All right, my friends, we're going to transition out. If you could just give us a couple seconds, we'll be right back, all right? Ew. All right, my friends, we're going to transition out. If you could just give us a couple seconds, we'll be right back, all right? Ew. All right, my friends, we're going to transition out. If you could just give us a couple seconds, we'll be right back, all right? Ew. All right, my friends, back. We back. That part. Yes, I'm hydrated. I was parched a little bit. But yeah, it's crazy. You know what's crazy? What happened to Walter Mercado? Yo, for real. I saw a picture of him today. Did he die? I don't know. Did he? Marv, did he pass away? You don't know? But you know who's Walter Mercado, right? Yo, for anyone who doesn't know who Walter Mercado is, because I always got to remember that I am aging gracefully. And, you know, generations might not know what that means. So for anyone who doesn't know who Walter Mercado is, yo, that guy was the GOAT. Yo, I feel like the Hispanic community listened to more Walter Mercado same way as they almost listen to church. Like, you will go to church, you know, listen to your priest, but like, yo, Walter Mercado was like essential in your house, yo. And I remember when I first stared at him as a kid, I was so like confused. Because remember, Mina Mendoza grew up in the 90s. I was born 1990. I don't care if y'all know my age. Like I said, I age gracefully. But when I first saw Walter Mercado, I remember it was a show that my mom saw called Primer Impacto. Wow, that show. Primer Impacto was the shit. Y'all thought y'all had the news? Yo, Primer Impacto was showing crazy shit. So I think he used to like pop up like as like a mid segment or like at the end of the segment, and he was always talking about his astrology, had jewels, always looked like, if I had to give him a word of like a description, like iridescent, all-knowing guru. Like it was like that type of vibe, but Spanish, like that. And he was always on his astrology, like Libra, estás haciendo las cosas malas. And I guess what was confusing to me is because, you know, we live in a time where like now our generation is very like open, you know, like, and I love that. I'm all here for that. So before we taking this the wrong way, don't take it like that. We're talking about 6 years old Mina Mendoza. So when I first saw Walter Mercado on the screen, I was for I think like 2 years, I fought my inner thoughts of like, is that a man or a woman? Because his name is Walter, but he looks like my aunt. So I was like, and like as a child, I was embarrassed to ask my mom because I felt like asking her a question like that because these type of conversations were like still in a way taboo. So I kind of just, yeah, it was for a while that I had to sit there like, is she a male? Are they a male? Are they a female? Their name is Walter. It was a confusing time. And I always remember that. That was always one of the first thoughts of me. But like, always had the dope ass like outfits. And you know what? Actually, you know, talking about impacts, you know, Walter Mercado was an impactful person. And the reason I brought him up is because Netflix made a documentary on him. And I feel like if you have not watched that documentary, please do. I learned so much about him that is honestly very beautiful. How, first of all, you know you reached a level of impactness when I think it was Versace or I don't know who. No, it had to be Versace. When Versace makes you a custom-made robe. They made him a custom-made robe. That Versace, bro. Versace made a robe for you. You know what I mean? And I think that's super impactful. You're talking about a one-time fashion piece. We're not talking about like a couple of them. No, this was made specifically for you, and that's beautiful. You know, you don't really see fashion designers. And to me, I guess that's impactful for me because me being a Latina and also for he never, in his documentary, it did say that he never came out and said he was gay. He was in a relationship, but he never came out to say that he was gay because he was concerned of how his viewers were going to see him. And it kind of goes back to me being confused as a 6-year-old girl. Like, it was kind of these conversations. And I guess I don't want to give too much away, but you learn so much about him and why he became so famous and why he was such a staple in people's televisions and all that. Like, I will remember Walter Mercado forever. So if you ever get a chance, please do watch that documentary. And yeah, I always remember that, Walter Mercado. I wonder what happened to his jewelry. That's what I would like to know. I feel like his iconic outfits and jewelry was like literally like amazing, amazing. So before I go, all I want to do, I haven't checked out my check-in. So if anybody did check in, I appreciate y'all. I know I started a little bit late, but I hope I gave y'all a great show. I know I have the gift of gab. I talk a lot. But just some events that are happening. So shout out to Bravery Studios. We have Dipset Christmas happening this Saturday. It starts at 5:30. Come all. It's gonna be a vibe. It's all about, again, those holiday vibes, being nice. So if you're in the area, definitely stop by. If you want to check out the studio, also meet like other podcasters. In the end of the day, it's a community, and this is a time for us to like share ideas, make that community bigger, and just network, but also have a fucking good time. So stop by, bring a gift. You don't have to bring a gift. Come festive. Come with everything but drama. Just saying. We want it to be a vibe here. We want it to be a good time. So I hope if anyone does see this, please stop by. What's the address again, Marv? I live here. I always forget. 70 Atwater Lane, Garfield, New Jersey at 5:30 this Saturday, December 16th. So please stop by and have a Dipset Christmas with us. And on that note, all the shout outs to all my friends. Shout out again to my best friend Amanda, which I'm actually going to meet after this. We're about to go celebrate your birthday. And yeah, I hope all of y'all stay safe, stay healthy, because a lot of shit is going around, as you could tell. I'm still like not 100%, but I'm getting there. So please stay healthy, and I'll see y'all next Thursday at 7 p.m. It's your girl, Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, Queen of Spice. We out of here.